Maji ni clean. Sasa swali ikifika mvanda viete ndange kwanga dai. Inakutana na uchafu. All the water should be this clean.
Hizi ziko kwa rocks. The rocks zinazi clean.
Pollution, water pollution, water pollution.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you tuned in for this first episode of the climate culture for the year 2025. And on this particular episode, we go into the question, New Year, what now? One would wonder, what is our obsession with talking about a new year and everything that it portends for all of us? Actually, for us, this episode is more about reflecting on what 2024 was and what we hope 2025 would. We're sharing a vision of what we believe can create a better world, but not just through tramping down people with figures, but telling stories in ways that everyone can associate with, everyone can feel accommodated. When Climate Culture, the podcast, was thought through, we did not think we would come to this point where we are saying, oh, a year has ended and we should start again and see the conversation moving forward. Personally, as I sat down with a few young people who helped me conceptualize what this could be, I did not imagine that I would still pick up the conversation even as 2024 seeded, because at the moment, literally, we were motivated by what was then important project deliverables. But we believe, I believe strongly, that these deliverables are just part of a conversation. So now that we delivered the first season of the Climate Culture podcast, we're hoping to do the same for this year, and our hope is to have at least 50 episodes cut down into sort of series. These particular seasons will not be hosted by myself entirely. These seasons will be hosted by other young people. But let me just create context around this. Why should the hosting of these seasons and episodes now move into the hands of other young people? It is all part of our vision that we have carried for a long time, that we all have individual, amazing, interesting stories that we can tell the world. By doing that, create a vision for a better world and impacting people and communities. I have scaled this particular conversation with young people in my own village and with other community members. And I believe now is the time to create platforms for scaled engagement. Some of the episodes will be hosted by a brilliant young lady. Her name is Melinda Aleso. So Melinda Aleso walked to me the other day and shared with me a vision of what she would wish for in the world of agriculture and IoT. Her vision was gradually manifested into a new company that we are now working on for Reserva Technologies Limited. And you can check that particular company online at www.reserva.net, where we share a vision of a bold African future in agri-tech and edutech. You'll have instances to get a conversation from another amazing young man whom we hosted in the 11th episode of this particular podcast, who has done amazing stuff in the creative economy. His name Tida Derek, working with Creative Family Theatre, who also took time to sit down with me and share a vision of what he believes the world can be if we can make people love, and live. But not just the stories of prospective actions. We'll sit down and also talk about something amazing we did the other day, the Tujiamini Summit. So we conceptualized the Tujiamini Summit out of need. An amazing young lady, her name, Lavin, came to me and shared her vision of how she wants to create a company that can address land issues and land access, management and use in a sustainable manner. Believe me, that company is now registered, Mirimu Limited, that will be working with rural and urban youths, women, even other stakeholders. Just create amazing solutions in land access, use and management. Just to tell you that what started as a climate culture, just a conversation, a dialogue, an engagement amongst young people, can create solutions. And as we build into this year, our hope is to build these small enterprises that we have gradually triggered into huge companies that impact our community. But while doing that, we will keep insisting, people telling their stories as honestly as we can. And where possibilities arise, why not turn those stories into action? Tag along if you can. You can always check out our work at www.forelover.org. But this work is enabled by amazing support from stakeholders like the USAID through the Young African Leadership Initiative that is hosted at Kenyatta University, which, by the way, was the trigger for this particular engagement. The UNDP Youth for Climate, hosted by their own center, has also invested directly in our. We will take you around our farms, the model farms that we are setting up. We'll show you how we are hoping to plant at least 40,000 trees in the year. We will have you look at the active work that we do as Forever by individuals and also by communities. But if it counts, you can also hop on board and become a supporter of this project. Because we believe Forever's story has been told, but other people still need an opportunity to tell theirs. Thank you very much and see you around.